Welcome to the hottest entertainment blog on the internet today, the A-List. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Truth. And with me tonight, I always have to have a special guest with me. You may know her from Twitter. You may see her Disney pictures all the time, making you super jealous. With me tonight, she paid me to say this, the queen of all media. Ladies and gentlemen, Empress Tina.
Thank you. Hello.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
All right, that's good. Why don't you tell the peeps that watch the A-List a little bit about yourself?
My name is Tina. I live in Florida. I live an hour away from Walt Disney World, and I try to be there every weekend, or at least every other weekend. Basically, it's my first home.
Nice. I know you are a big Disney fan.
Oh, yes.
I'm assuming that started when you were a kid, or?
Yes. Yeah, I've just always loved Disney, and my parents encouraged our love of Disney. They would buy us the books. Well, my day was like a little book and records set from all the Disney movies, and they would take us to the movies, and we just had a love of Disney.
That's cool. And like you said, you're in the parks a lot. Definitely, we'll say the Twitter and the whatnot at the end. So definitely make sure you follow them. You and your sister go a lot of the time too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I always see like you at the same time. I'm like, oh, they must be there.
Yeah.
If you follow them on Instagram and whatnot, and they always have cool pictures, so that's definitely something to check out. What are some of your favorite attractions at Disney World?
Soarin' is probably my favorite.
Really? Yeah. I enjoy Soarin'. I know a few people I've had on the show have a few things to say about Soarin' that they don't really like it, but I'm a fan. I don't know why they don't like it, but I like Soarin'. Have you heard that they're supposedly updating the Soarin'?
Yeah, I've heard that for like the past 4 or 5 years.
Oh, is it that old?
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. Or maybe they can do the Soarin' over New York, like I just read about in the Kingdom Keepers books.
Yeah, I've heard everything from Soarin' over Florida, to Soarin' over the United States, to Soarin' all over the world.
Yeah,
we'll see.
It's definitely an awesome ride. What are some of your other favorite things to do?
Space Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Everest.
The usuals. Those are definite favorites of mine as well. Gotta love the mountain range and Tower of Terror. Yeah.
Yes.
Everest, definitely. That's a must when you go to the Animal Kingdom. There's always a big question about the Animal Kingdom. It's half day or full day, in your opinion?
I'd say full day.
Yeah, I really think it depends on the person. If you're like a person that just wants to go in and ride Everest, ride the safari, and like get out, and Dinosaur,
Right.
then it'll take you like an hour and a half. But if you want to enjoy it and take your time through it, then it can be a full day.
Right, like do the walking trails if you want to take in the shows too.
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I think it really depends on the person. So I'm not sure there is a right answer.
Right. If you love animals, it's the park for you.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it can definitely be a full day if you do it right. Want to enjoy everything. So I saw last weekend was the Villains Party at the Hollywood Studios, and I know you were in Epcot that night, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was laughing. I'm like, oh, they're totally avoiding the Villains Party, and I don't blame them. I heard the traffic was kind of crazy.
It was. Oh my gosh. I saw traffic jams where I've never seen traffic jams before. It was insane. And I think people were coming over to Epcot to park there, either take the bus to the studios or walk through Epcot to get to the studios. It was wild. Epcot was pretty empty too, so I was like, yay!
It looked like it from the pictures, yeah. I'm like, oh wow, Epcot looks dead. That's funny. I haven't seen New Fantasyland yet. All I saw was the Storybook Circus, because I was there right about this time last year. It was my last trip. I've heard New Fantasyland is very nice. What do you think of it?
I like it. I really enjoyed it's gonna look great once it's all complete when they have the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Oh yeah.
Done. But what they've done now is like really awesome. The theme, especially from the Little Mermaid ride, the queue is amazing.
Yeah, I've yet to see that ride, but I will see it in California Adventure first.
Yes. Basically, the rides are identical, but the queue here at Walt Disney World is much, much better.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, and the buildings look great.
Yeah, well, we have the castle here. We have Prince Eric's castle.
Exactly. Yeah. How can you go wrong with that? Speaking of California Adventure.
Yes.
A nice segue there. You went on one of the Adventures by Disney. Is that what it was, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So I definitely want to ask you about that, because I'm not exactly going on the Adventures by Disney trip in come April. I'm going on the Cheapo tour, as I call it. But the good thing is I still get Disneyland on my Cheapo tour, which is the main thing. So how was the Adventures by Disney?
Oh, it was wonderful. I would pay to do it all over again. I mean, they just take care of everything, because they were right there to pick you up at the airport, take you to the hotel. You had 2 really great days in Hollywood. Yeah, we got to go to Imagineering, which is really awesome. The Jim Henson Studios, the Disney Studios, and have lunch in the real commissary.
Yeah, not the Hollywood Studios commissary.
Yeah, like I had last Sunday. It was the real commissary.
Yeah.
And just getting to visit the Disney Archives. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Plus, we got to hold an actual Academy Award.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes, that was like super cool.
That must
And then
did
just
you sign a waiver or anything? Didn't you do that?
No, and then just a trip to Disneyland and getting to go behind the scenes and seeing everything. That was amazing.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to hear the tales when they come back from the trips. But yeah, what are some of your favorite things that you did out in Disneyland and California Adventure?
Disneyland, the Matterhorn.
Yeah.
The Matterhorn, that's a classic. Doing the Indiana Jones, that's it's fantastic.
It is, yeah.
Well, I like some Storybook Land canal boats.
Okay.
It's just a cute little ride through the Disney stories, but it's like, oh, I love this. It's very charming.
Yeah.
And the Space Mountain out there is like way better than ours. I love our Space Mountain, but theirs is even better.
Yeah. That's what everyone that goes out there is like, oh, that Space Mountain's so much better. And when I went to Disneyland, it was back in 2005. So I got the kind of just opened version of California Adventure, and Disneyland had like a bunch of rides closed because it was in February. And of course we went with the chorus trip, so I couldn't really say what time of year I wanted to go. But it was Space Mountain was closed. It was down for refurb. Splash Mountain was closed. Like a bunch of stuff. The Tiki Room. Even like Tom Sawyer Island. I'm like, come on, give me a break here. So I got like a kind of a somewhat version of Disneyland, but I didn't get to ride everything. So I'm really looking forward to that. But I know like Pirates of the Caribbean, I thought was better there than it is
definitely.
I'm definitely interested to check out some of the same rides that are at Disney World and be able to compare them, the ones I wasn't able to so far. Like I know Small World I've seen on YouTube, and it looks a lot cooler because of the Disney characters they throw in. I'm like, oh, that looks awesome. That looks much better than the Magic Kingdom one, but I still like that one. But,
right, yeah, I think theirs is longer too, and the Disney characters in there, it just adds that little extra touch.
Exactly, yeah. So it's not just like dolls. Ooh, Polynesian dolls. Ooh, Japan dolls.
Yeah, plus they have an Alice in Wonderland ride. They have Pinocchio.
Right, yeah.
Peter Pan is better too, I think.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, I didn't get
and they still have Snow White.
Yes, and Mr. Toad.
Yes, oh, definitely Mr. Tina.
Well, I have to ask you, Cars Land.
Oh, it's amazing.
I can't wait.
It
I'm so
is
excited for
amazing.
that.
Believe all the hype you hear about Cars Land.
And Radiator Springs Racers is just it looks awesome. I assume it is.
Yeah, it's very awesome.
Yeah, and
I love it.
I should definitely get a fast pass. That's number one thing on my list for whenever I do the California Adventure. I'm hitting the fast pass at once in the day and once at night. I hear.
Yeah, because at night it looks so amazing, especially when they turn the lights on. It's it's wonderful.
The neon lights. Yeah. Did you have to wait a while for that ride? Or?
No, well, when you go with Adventures by Disney, you get fast passes. You get to go right off ride.
Oh man.
Do it on your own. Yeah, I'd say the first thing you do, go straight to Radiator Springs, get a fast pass.
Speaking of fast passes, what's this business with the Fast Pass Plus?
I have no clue.
Okay.
You know, people in their little magic bands. I guess. Yeah, it's in there. They have to tap something and.
Do annual pass holders have? I guess you don't have.
No, we don't have them yet. We're supposed to, but that's still way down the road. Right now, it's just for guests.
Okay, and you plan ahead which ones you want to use it for?
I think so. I think that's how it works.
I don't know if I could go with my whole vacation on a little band, because that's your park ticket. That's your thing to get in your hotel room. I'd just be afraid I'd be on a ride and be like, oh, there it goes. There goes my whole vacation.
But yeah, it's also supposed to have your credit card information on there too.
Oh yeah. Your dining plan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw people with some dining plans using their bands for that.
Oh man, that just scares me. I can just see it flipping off in Rock and Roller Coaster or something. But
yeah, supposedly you can go swimming with them.
Well, that's good. Definitely should be interesting to see what happens in the future with that Fast Pass Plus and whatnot. The magic thing.
Especially since they put so much money into it. It's hope it works out for them.
Yeah, the t-shirts. I crack up every time someone posts a picture of the Magic Band t-shirts. I'm like, really? And of course, on the A-list, we talk a lot about movies on here. What are some of your favorite movies?
A Hard Day's Night is one of my absolute favorites. Little Miss Sunshine, I love that.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
The Avengers has become a favorite.
Definitely. What are some of your favorite Disney movies?
Live action, The Parent Trap.
Oh, okay. The original
and the remake.
And the Lindsay Lohan. Nice.
Yes, before Lindsay became Lindsay.
I love her current state.
Yeah, I love Tangled, the Fantasia
yes.
movies, Sleeping Beauty, Little Mermaid. I'm a fan of the princess movies. I admit it.
Yeah. Did you go to the second screen live of The Little Mermaid?
No, I didn't.
What are some movies that are coming out soon that you're looking forward to?
Thor. Definitely Thor. Probably The Fifth Estate with Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah. Can't wait for that one. Inside Llewellyn Davis, because the Coen brothers do movies really well.
Ooh, yeah, that's a different one.
Frozen.
Yes. I'm finally excited to see a new trailer. Next week, I think that comes out.
Yes.
Finally. So we won't just have to go in November and have no idea what's going to happen.
Right. I'm sure it's more than a snowman and a reindeer.
I sure hope so.
12 Years a Slave looks really intense. Just
yeah.
Like the bus from the Toronto Film Festival. I'm like, ooh.
That does. I hope it comes around here, because sometimes I get mostly wide releases, and I think that might be a limited. So I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, but I hope to see it soon.
Yeah, I hope we get it too, because sometimes movies like that hit and miss where I live. But I'm hoping we'll get it.
So how about Saving Mr. Banks?
Yes. Oh, that looks so good.
Yeah.
And Tom Hanks, Emma Thompson, can't miss.
Yeah, and it's all Walt Disney. And talking about Mary Poppins. So Yeah.
I love Mary Poppins.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how everyone is saying how they portray the story and whatnot, and because it's how they make Walt Disney look and the whole thing. Yeah, it should definitely be cool.
And I can't wait to see the Sherman Brothers.
Yes.
They're portrayed, it looks good.
Yeah, they're odd choices, but I think in the preview that they look good. I'm like, odd choices but good choices.
Right, yeah, usually you can't go wrong with Jason Schwartzman.
Right,
really like him. Oh, Catching Fire, can't wait for that one.
Yes. Have you've read the books, I assume?
Yes,
okay.
I read the books.
I have not. So, I know. I'm a horrible person. But I've heard this is a lot of people's favorites. The second one.
Yeah, the second one is really good, so I'm really looking forward to it. And Jennifer Warnes did such a fantastic job in the first one. It's like, oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one too. Definitely. Okay, this week we have some interesting movie news. First off, for all you Pixar fans out there, some bad news, I suppose. The Good Dinosaur, which we've talked about here on the show before, has been moved back. It was originally released, supposed to be released, in May of next year. It's now been pushed back to November 25th, 2015, where Finding Dory was supposed to be released. And now Finding Dory is pushed back to July 17th, 2016. So you have to, if you're a huge Finding Dory fan, you have to wait for that even longer. But in the spot that The Good Dinosaur was in, Maleficent is being moved up to take that weekend. So I guess there's somewhat good, somewhat bad news here all around. They just switched directors for The Good Dinosaur, so I was wondering if this would happen, and we were just talking about that the other week, if it would come out on time. Obviously now we know our answer.
Hopefully it's just being moved back just to tweak it, make it just a little bit better. I'm thinking that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a lot of the consensus has been, make it better. Don't rush it if it's gonna be horrible or anything.
Right, if the changes for the better, so I just take your time with it.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of Pixar people on my Twitter that are oh my god, there's not gonna be any Pixar movies next year, but I mean there's gonna be a lot of good stuff yet. So
right. Yeah, I trust Pixar.
Exactly. Yeah. I evidently it needed it, so it's good that they don't rush it out.
Exactly.
And I know you said you were a fan of the Maleficent movie, so I'm sure you'll be glad to see that sooner. Anyway.
Yes. Yeah, Maleficent's probably my favorite Disney villain. So.
Nice. I know she scares a lot of people out there. She's pretty creepy, I guess.
I dressed as Maleficent for Halloween last year. It was awesome.
Really? Nice. Also, Daniel Radcliffe said in an interview this week that he will not be appearing in the Fantastical Beasts and Where to Find Them spin-off movie of Harry Potter. We weren't sure if anyone was going to or if they weren't or whatnot, so this is new news because it was just announced last week, so everyone has their little things of, oh, is this person in, is this person out, you know. He also said Rupert Grint and Emma Watson won't be in either. Not a huge surprise there. I mean, I guess they want to move on with their careers. At least Emma Watson does. Rupert Grint, I guess, is fine being in Ed Sheeran's music videos. I was watching that music video and I'm like, wow, he looks a lot like Rupert Grint. And I didn't realize it was him. I was like, oh god, it is him.
What? Hey, it's a job.
Yeah, he looks like he could be his twin.
Yeah, but at least Emma Watson's doing pretty well for herself.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. So I don't know if anyone from the original cast will appear. I've heard Dumbledore might, but
yeah,
I don't know.
That would make sense.
Yeah. I don't know. Once again, I didn't read the books.
Yeah, I read the book. It was a while back, but yeah, Dumbledore would make the most sense.
Yeah.
I really don't see any place for Harry, Ron, or Hermione in it, so...
Yeah, the only way I would think would be, like, if they would do, like, a sort of, like The Hobbit did, to get, like, Frodo in like, the beginning, like, oh, tell me the tale of,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it'd have to be like that.
Yeah, and it would have to, they'd have to, like, look younger for some, you know, depending when it takes place.
Yeah, The Hobbit, that's another movie I'm looking forward to. Desolation of Smog.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so, what do you think of the Fantastical Beasts movie?
It could be cute. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's another,
it's a cash grab.
Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. In some horror movie news, not much of a shock here. Insidious 3 will be on its way soon. Because the last one, which we'll talk about in the box office prediction, it made a lot of money. It made $40 million last week, and the second highest September opening ever. Wow. That's because not a whole lot comes out in September, ever.
Right. Kind of that movie dumping ground.
Yeah, exactly. It's, we're in the area between the good summer movies and the Oscar movies, so here's what you get.
Exactly, yep. That's it.
Yeah. So, but I was sort of surprised they didn't save that for October.
Yeah.
Because I've said on here before, there's one horror movie being released in October, and that would be Carrie. At least in nationwide release, and I don't understand that. How there's one in October. But.
Yeah, usually there's at least a couple of different Saw-type movies that come out in October.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Paranormal Activity was supposed to, and that got pushed back, luckily. I didn't feel like reviewing that this year anyway, after last year. But yeah, so Insidious 3, the first Insidious, I was mixed on because everyone made it out to be the best horror movie in the last 20 years. And I watched it, and I'm really? That's what you tell me? But this one I kind of liked, so... I'll be interested in seeing the third one, and they basically set it up for a third one at the end of 2, of course, so they were already planning it, I think, anyway.
Yeah, and the box office receipts just proved it's like, all right, greenlight that thing.
And finally, in our news segment, news that, luckily, this was a joke. Justin Bieber Instagrammed a picture of himself, this past week with a Batman vs. Superman script with his name on it, and he teased that he would be playing the role of Robin. Yeah. Good one, Justin. They upset a lot of people. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm like, hold on, good people. This is probably not true, hopefully, but I don't know. There's always over-the-top rumors that come out when the new superhero movies come out, especially the Batman movies for some reason. When they announced The Dark Knight Rises, the original rumor was that Eddie Murphy would play the Riddler. And look how true that statement became. Happy or not happy that Justin Bieber was joking.
Well, if you get a good Funny or Die video from it.
True.
But yeah, I'm just glad it's all a joke.
Yeah. So, someone said he could make a good Robin if they go with the female Robin. So. Okay, now it's time for this week's box office prediction. Last week I was correct. I'm back on my streak, luckily. Last week, Insidious as I said, Chapter 2 was the #1 movie in box office, and it made me 178 and 47 with my score. This week, the new releases include Prisoners, which stars Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm looking forward to this one. Hopefully it's a good one and not just like a Lifetime movie on the big screen. And of course, the much unanticipated Battle of the Year, starring Chris Brown, which I think is going to make my worst of the year list just by looking at the preview. But who knows? Maybe I'll like it, but I do. And of course, I'm sort of strung between two right now. And no, it's not Battle of the Year. But Insidious 2 could take it again, or it could be Prisoners. But I think Prisoners is going to be number one. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with Insidious 2.
Oh, all right. Well, now we have the competition. So Sunday, I will tweet and see which one of us is right.
Yes.
Okay, it's time for this week's trivia. Last week I asked the question, which Star Wars character can be found in Star Trek Into Darkness? Do you know that answer, Miss Tina?
No, I don't. It's back in my brain trying to think. I can't.
The answer is R2-D2.
Ah.
It's a very quick. Like, I think when one of the ships is blown up or something, I've seen the picture. Like, if you pause it, you can see him. Like, getting blown into space or something. So, it's interesting. It's a cool homage, since J.J. Abrams is taking over Star Wars now.
Right.
So, definitely cool. A cool little thing. And the person who got that right is someone on Twitter named 1 Minute Disney Dream. Because we are taping this on National Talk Like a Pirate Day. The question is, what is the name of the pirate ship found in the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction in the Magic Kingdom? If you know that answer, you can answer it here on YouTube. You can tweet it to me, Facebook it to me, whatever. Get it to me. And finally, this week's Babe of the Week comes to us from Dexter. I'm a big fan of this show, and it's over. Sunday night is the final episode, so I'm excited to see how this one ends. The Babe of the Week is Yvonne Strahovski. I hope I'm saying that one right. She was also in Chuck, and she's in the upcoming I, Frankenstein movie, which I'm sure will be a huge success. I don't know. But yeah, she's the Babe of the Week. There's a lot of pretty girls in this city. There's a lot of pretty girls in this city. And when we have our female co-hosts, we have them choose a hunk of the week. So lay your hunk on us.
Well, I kind of have an unconventional choice, but my choice is Jack Houston of Boardwalk Empire, who plays Richard Harrow. He's a character who he's a World War I veteran, had half his face blown off, so he has to wear like a mask on the show.
So he's Two-Face.
Yep. And he can do more acting, show more expression and emotion with half of his face than some actors do with their whole bodies. And last Sunday's Boardwalk episode, he was just amazing, heartbreaking. I'm like, oh, I love him. He is my choice. And even with half a face, he is still hot.
At least the one half is hot, you know. Yeah. All right. Well, that brings us to the close of another show. Before we go, there's a possibility of this. It's not 100% set in stone, but we're speaking of TV shows. There may be a live stream, like The Little Mermaid, a live second screen live of the Emmys with myself and some of the Sinister Six planning to show up, and maybe a few special guests. So check that out Sunday night. We'll make that announcement if we're going to do it and that'll be live right here on YouTube. Watch our commentary right next to your screen and have a good laugh, because that's what we're there. We're basically Mystery Science Theater.
Yay! Love that show.
Yes. Yeah. It's definitely fun for us, and it makes the time go by faster. But at least the Emmys is a good show, unlike some of the stuff we've done in the past. MTV, we're looking at you. So definitely look for that. Tina, do you want to tell everybody where they can find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter, Empress Tina.
Yes, and like I said, look out for some of those Disney pictures. If you're a Disney fan, you'll definitely be jealous like I am. And you got to see if she finds the cowboy on the Great Movie Ride. I'm still waiting for this.
Like, he does exist.
So I hear. I've seen the proof, but I have yet to see him in person. So I don't know what's gonna happen when we go past the gangster. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just faint. For me, of course, you can subscribe to me right here on YouTube, youtube.com/westside515. You can like my Facebook page, facebook.com/westtroupealist. Follow me on Twitter, @WesAlist. And of course, you can buy my book, the A-List Review 2012 Movie Yearbook. Over 140 reviews, only $10. And I've been told it's a great cure for insomnia. so even if you don't want to read it and you can't sleep, there you go, $10. And you'll be able to sleep. All right. Well, thanks again, Tina, for stopping by.
Thank you.
Yes. And until next time, Troop out.